Open your book to page 376. Let's go and review the vectors. So let's go to number 1. You have the point A is at 2, -3, and point B is at 5, 1. And the instruction asks you to draw the vector AB. So 2, -3, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 2, -3 is right over here. So that's your point A. And point B is 5, 1. So that's point B over here. That's 5, 1. And when you draw the vector, you have to be careful the direction. So if you're drawing vector AB, this means going from point A to point B. So go and draw from point A to point B, and you need to have an arrow right at the end of point B. Do not go over that. Okay, so that's your vector AB. And over here, the next part is they want you to draw vector OP. O means it began at point of origin. And so the way to draw it, you just slide the vector over, and you need to figure out how many units you move over and up. So from 2 to 5, it's 3 over here, and from -3 to 1 is 4. So basically, the vector means you go 3 in the x direction, 4 in the y direction. So start over here, you go 3. So you go 3, 4, right over here. And so this would be the O, this would be the P, and the point P would be at 3, 4. Okay. Let's go to number 5. Number 5, you have a point A at -1, -2, and B at 3, 0. And you want to find vector AB. So vector AB would be, so you use a caret, and so you use the end point minus the initial point. So 3 minus -1 give you 4. 0 minus -2 give you +2. So the vector AB means you go 4 in the x direction, 2 in the y direction. Okay, and so that's the answer. Let's go to number 9. You have vector -3, 4. The instruction says find a magnitude. The magnitude is the length. So the length of AB, so this is the vector AB, and the length, again, absolute value means the length. So use Pythagorean theorem. Now, if you know your special triangle, you got -3, 4, so it's 3, 4, 5 triangle. So your answer should be the 5, right? 3, 4, 5. Okay, or you can just use the Pythagorean theorem. Right? A squared plus B squared equal to C squared. So the magnitude or the length of vector AB equal to square root of 9 plus 16. So equal to square root of 25. So this is equal to 5. Okay. Or the quick way to do this is, again, you just go and draw this, right? So you go -3, +4. So if you were to draw the vector, this is what it means. Okay. So you go -3 in the x direction, 4 in the y direction. So the length is your hypotenuse. So length would be 5. And that's how you get the 5. Okay. Okay, let's go to number 15D. So 15, you have a vector U equal to 1, 4. And vector V equal to -3, 2. Vector W is equal to 0, 4. And you're looking for 3U minus V plus 2W. Go ahead and substitute. So 3 times 1, 4 minus V is -3, 2 plus 2 times vector 0, 4. Then next, go and distribute. So you're going to get 3, 12 minus -3. Yeah, I'm going to just distribute the negative inside, so make them plus, positive, negative 2. Yep, I'm going to just distribute the negative inside, so that way it's easier to add. Okay, so it's much easier to add. Then this would be plus 0, 8. And so when you add, you just add all the x number together, so 3 plus 0 give you 6. 12 minus 2 is 10, plus 8 will give you 18, and that would be your answer. Okay, let's go to 21. 21, you want to form a unit vector. So U is a unit vector of V. So V equal to, vector V is negative 4, 3. So unit vector is this vector with the length of 1. So unit vector would be, so you need to first get the same direction. So start with that vector. Okay, so unit vector is the vector in the same direction with the length of 1. So first you get a direction, but now this is the wrong length. This has a length of 5. So to get a length of 1, you have to divide by 5. Again, you can use Pythagorean theorem off on the side, or use a special triangle. Okay, so again, you have to divide by its length. So again, unit vector is equal to V divided by its length. So it's a vector divided by its length. That's how you get the unit of 1. Okay, so that's where this came from. Again, length of this is 5. So this will equal to negative 4 over 5, comma 3 over 5. So that would be the unit vector. Okay, let's go to page 386. Number 3. You have the vector 9, comma 6. And this is a dot product. So you want to times it by negative 3, comma 8. The dot product, you just multiply the corresponding numbers and you add. So 9 times negative 3 is negative 27, plus 6 times a is 48, and so your answer would be 21. So just add. Okay, let's go to number 9. Yeah, the vector u is equal to 0, 1, and vector v equal to 5, comma 5. And you're looking for the angle between them. So you need to start with the formula. A dot B equal to A B cosine theta. So you're looking for angle between, so you have to move things around. So move these things down here, you get A dot B over A B equal to cosine theta. So let's go and work it out. So A dot B you're going to get 0 times 5 is 0, plus 1 times 5 is 5. So that's A dot B. Again, multiply, add, multiply. The length of A, the length of this, use your Pythagorean theorem, you're going to get 1. The length of that, use your Pythagorean theorem, or this is a 45-45 special triangle. So you're going to get 5 square root of 2. Okay. Again, if you so use your Pythagorean theorem, and this one you can just draw your triangle, right? So you get 5, 5, so you get 5 square root of 2. Okay, so this is a V. And this one, for this one, when you draw your triangle, you get 0, 1. And so length would be just 1. So equal to cosine theta. So you end up with 1 over square root of 2 equal to cosine theta. So theta equal to, use your calculator. So 1 divided by square root of 2, push equal, and then you go second cosine, and you get 45 degrees. But make sure you know this equation over here. This is very important equation. So make sure you memorize the equation. Okay, let's go to number 19. Number 19, you got u equal to 1, comma 3, and v equal to negative 3, negative 1. You want to determine if it's orthogonal. Okay, orthogonal means it's perpendicular. You want to find if these two vectors are perpendicular. So what you do is go and take the dot product. So u dot v is equal to 1 times negative 3 is negative 3 plus 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So this is negative 6. Therefore, this is it's not perpendicular. Okay. If it's equal to 0, if you go back to this equation, if the two vectors are perpendicular, means the angle between them is 90 degrees, and cosine of 90 degrees will give you 0, and that's where the a dot b equal to 0 from. So again, if a dot b equal to 0, that means it's perpendicular. Let's go to 21. You have vector u equal to 5, 12, and v equal to 0, 1. And you're looking for component of u on v. So make sure you put a big U and small v subscript. So what you need to do is, again, you need to know what this means. So component of u on v means you have the vector v over here. So this is the vector v, and you have the vector u, and so you're projecting the shadow. So that's what this is. So component of u on v is this over here. Okay, so again, it's a shadow that u casts on v. Right? The u on v is the shadow of u cast on v. And so this is going to be equal to u cosine theta. Okay, that's what it's going to be equal to. And then from your expression, remember a dot b equal to a b cosine theta. So the u cosine theta, so in this case is, if you substitute, this would be u dot v equal to u v cosine theta. So if you're looking for u cosine theta, you have to get rid of the v. So you've got u dot v over v equal to u cosine theta. So you need to know this equation, and you go from there, knowing how to move things around. But the way to remember is that the component u on v, so projection of u on v will be just dot product over the v. Again, so you want a shadow on v, so it would be the dot product over the v. So this is equal to u dot v over v. Component of u on v will equal to, so you dot, 5 times 0 is 0, 12 times 1 is 12, over the length of these. Again, use Pythagorean theorem from the previous one, we know that that is equal to 1. So component of u on v is equal to 12. So that means the shadow has a length of 12. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, let's go to 25. You have u equal to negative 3i plus j, v equal to 5i plus 14j. So same as the previous problem, it's just using a different notation. Component of u on v equal to u dot v over v. Again, if you want a shadow, the shadow of the u on v, you make the dot product on v, right? So this is going to be equal to, so u dot v, so you multiply, this will give you negative 15 plus 1 times 14 would be 14. And the length of that, this one you have to use a Pythagorean theorem. So it'd be square root of 5 squared plus 14 squared. So component of u on v equal to negative 1 over square root of 25 plus, Okay, let's just go and add this together already. So you get 5 squared plus 14 squared equal 221. And so this will equal to negative square root of 221 over 221. And that's it.